Samson. Samson wasn't ordinary, he was chosen. He was chosen by God for a purpose, and he had a destiny about the surface. Samson, he was from the land of Israel. Israel was at war with the Philistines. The Philistines had tortured them for years. The Philistines had power, but Samson had more. Samson had incredible strength. God gave it to him to protect him from his enemies. Samson only had one rule as a promise to God: he could never cut his hair. His hair was the secret to his strength. With the strength God gave him, he could do amazing things. Samson was attacked by a lion. He grabbed it and ripped it apart with his bare hands. Another time, the Philistine army tried to catch Samson, and he didn't have a weapon. They surrounded him at every side. He looked around, and on the ground he seen a dead donkey's bone. He picked the bone up and went to battle. He had incredible power, and he was too much to handle. He knocked them down one by one. He killed 1,000 of their men, and he still wasn't done. It was a butt whooping no one could imagine. The way he slaughtered their men left the Philistines terrified. But the Philistines didn't give up. They went away, and Samson slipped up. Samson fell in love with the enemy. The woman Samson loved was a Philistine. The Philistine army, when they heard about this, saw their chance to make a plan with her quick. If she could figure out why was Samson so strong, they promised her enough money to live on. So she agreed to pretend to love Samson, but the whole time she was setting up Samson. Finally she worked up the nerve to ask, how could someone tie you up and take away your strength? Samson, what make you so strong? He really didn't trust her, so he lied and said whatever. He told her if they tie me up with strings, he would lose his strength and be weak as anybody. So she went and told the Philistines to hide nearby, and she would tie him up with strings. That night, and Samson went to sleep. She tied him up, then she yelled and screamed, Samson, the Philistines are here, what we gon' do? Samson woke up and broke the strings. When the Philistines saw he still can, they all ran. Then the woman told Samson when they left, you lied about the string, how you really so strong? Samson tricked her, he lied again and said, if they tie me up with rope, I would lose my strength. And once again, the woman told the Philistines when Samson went to sleep, she would tie him up with rope. He went to sleep, she tied him up, then yelled and screamed, the Philistines are here, what we gon' do? Samson woke up, broke the rope and started killing men. The woman got upset and asked again, if you say you really love me, why you keep your secret from me? To keep it quiet, Samson lied again and said, so cotton in my hair, and when it's stitched all together, I'm powerless and lose all my strength. Again, she told the Philistines what Samson said. Again, the Philistines came when he was asleep. Again, he woke up and broke free. Again, the Philistines suffered more defeat. Again, the woman, she would beg and she would plead. Precious Samson, every day it was a question of the day. You would tell me if you really did love me. Love me. Then one day Samson finally gave in, told her his promise with God and that his strength was in his hair. Then he told her that he never cut his hair. If you cut my hair, I'll lose all my strength. She knew that he was telling her the truth. Then she ran to Philistines and told them what she knew. She said for them to come back one more time, for them to bring her money and to capture the enemy. So that night when Samson was asleep, the woman cut off all his hair gently. She yelled and screamed, Samson, the Philistines are here. He tried to fight, but his strength was all gone. The Philistines did him so bad, wrapped him up in chains until he bled. Took a knife and cut the eyes out his head. Then they drug him down the street half dead. They made him live his life like an animal. Locked him up in the prison and they made him crush grain. He would walk in circles all day, had to push a heavy stone, watch the grain turn to flour. He remembered God and the promise, but now he was blind, was slave and was weak. But something happened, nobody noticed. All that prison time, Samson hair was growing back. All that prison time, Samson hair was growing back. 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 The Philistines threw a big party, celebrating their God and Samson God being phony. All the rich, famous, and important people, and the whole army, and the city people had a bright idea to bring Samson out of prison just to laugh at him and entertain the crowd. Samson was blind and was led by a servant who was told to bring Samson out. Samson whispered to the servant and said, stand me next to the beam that hold up the whole building. Then he put his hands on the beam and he prayed, one last time, give me strength to bring honor to your name. Honor to your name. One last time, give me strength to bring honor to your name, Lord.
God heard his prayer and he gave him back his might. Had his hands on the beam and he pushed with all his might. The building fell down, crushing everyone on sight. Killed more that day than he had his whole life. Israel won the war, Samson sacrificed his life. Though he made mistakes, his last prayer, God used him great. Great, great, pray right now, God use me great. Great, great, pray right now, God use me great. Great, great, pray right now, God use me great. Great, great, I pray right now, God use me great. Great, great, I pray right now, God use me great. Great, great, I pray right now, God use me great.